go over the main points. So this topic is on cross-linked lenticle insertion for moderate keratoconus. Now this is basically based on the concept of Bowman's layer transplantation. There have been some reports of stromal augmentation as well, and we have added cross-linking to the procedure as well. So what we basically do is we prepare a donor lenticule using the femtosecond laser, and this is 8 millimeter in diameter. The edges are 150 degrees. It's 100 microns in thickness. We de-epithelize the cornea, and then we prepare the flap. Once the free cap is prepared, we soak it in riboflavin for about 30 minutes, and then we expose to UVA light for 10 minutes using 9 milliwatt energy. So that's thereby we are trying to cross-link the lenticule. And once it is done, then in the patient's eye, so these are basically eyes with moderate keratoconus where the minimum thickness is at least 350 microns. The stromal pocket is made at a depth of about 200 microns, measuring 9 millimeter in diameter. And once you have done that, then you pull in the lenticule inside the stroma. This can all be done under topical anesthesia, and you put a contact lens on top. Post-operatively, you treat with topical steroids, antibiotics, lubricants, and this is how it looks on day one, and you can see at follow-up, the edges can hardly be seen. That's the anterior segment OCT showing the lenticule in position. These are some of the cases where we have done. So if you look at the pre and post lenticule insertion, you will find that the topography pattern now, the bow tie appearance looks more regular. And if you look at the difference map, you'll see that the flatter part of the cornea is becoming steeper and the steeper part is getting flatter. The thickness map also shows you the difference between pre and post. So the central corneal thickness has increased by 100 microns. This is another case where you can see that there is moderate keratoconus, and post-lenticule implantation, the cornea in the central part looks more symmetrical, and that's again a difference map between the pre and post, and you will find that again the flatter part has become steeper, and the steeper inferior part has gone flat almost by 2 diopters. It's not very well seen on the screen here. That's the change in the thickness. So looking at our data set, the 6 eyes that we did, we tried to follow up long term because there's no point in presenting data for 6 months or 1 year, because knowing that keratoconus is slowly progressive. So we followed them up almost for 3 years, and we found that the uncorrected visual acuity improved by 1.3 lines, and the best spectacle corrected visual acuity improved by 1.5 lines. The minimum pachymetry improved from 417 to 525. The K values from a maximum steep K of 57 reduced to 54.8. And all eyes were stable and no evidence of progression over an average follow-up period of 25 months. So basically what this small study showed us that the donor lenticule can be easily prepared with the femtosecond laser. Why we did cross-linking? Maybe we wanted to strengthen the collagen that we are putting in, and also it kills the stromal keratocytes, thereby reducing the incidence of stromal rejection. The femtosecond laser can create a stromal pocket in eyes with keratoconus where the thickness is about 350 microns or more without any complications. And if you place the donor lenticule intrastromally, it does increase the corneal thickness, and over a period of time, you do see some flattening of the steep K without any negative impact on visual acuity. Although there is a slight drop in vision when after immediate implantation of the lenticule, which takes almost 4 weeks for the patient to go back to what the vision was preoperatively. And the corneal clarity was maintained with no evidence of stromal rejection over this follow-up period that we had. So basically what this small study told us that stromal augmentation technique using a cross-linked lenticule is definitely an option for patients with moderate keratoconus. And now because the corneal thickness is sufficiently thick and your pocket is at a depth of about 200 microns, in a subset of these patients in 4 eyes, we have also gone ahead and done a topography guided ablation, again combining it with cross-linking to try and regularize the corneal surface. So thank you for your patient hearing.